Greetings! I'm Tantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome! Today we're going to talk about Advanced Dungeons & Dragons some more, AD&D. So today I'm going to bring in, talking a little bit about alignment, proficiencies, and equipment. Now alignment I'm not going to go very deep into. It's good versus evil, law versus chaos. I've talked about this in a few of my other videos. They have it in the Pathfinder, they have it in 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. The alignment has been around for a lot of Dungeons & Dragons history, and this is the prime example of it. It is the exact same sort of chart. It works a lot the same way. It's a guideline for how your character should act. If you're lawful good, you're going to want to keep to all the rules of the land. You're going to want to do the right thing. Just because you are doesn't mean you will all the time. It's just if you fail to do something, when you have the option, you might feel guilty, and you probably don't want to do a really bad or evil act or something that will break a lot of law. Now, there is a proficiency system built in here. It is optional. I'm not going to go into it right now. I might at a later date when people are interested in it. I don't use it. I have never used it for any of the AD&D games I have run. Now, granted, it has been a few years, a decade, since I've really run a 2nd edition game. But the proficiency system is something that I have not brought in myself. And again, it is optional. Normally you're considered to have a lot of these proficiencies and stuff. This is a way of breaking it down a little more. You might use parts of it, like they talk about what sort of weapons classes could use. You could use base proficiencies like that, but they get more in depth in this section. Very much more. And then finally, I do want to talk about equipment today. Now, with equipment, they talk about the basic forms of money. There's copper pieces, silver pieces, gold pieces, electrum pieces, and platinum pieces. And each of the character class groups gets a certain base amount of money to spend when they build their starting character. They give listings for clothes, food, lodging, services, animals, provisions, transportation, miscellaneous equipment, and of course, weapons and armor. Now, armor, it gives you a base AC to start out with, as I haven't really talked about the AC in 2nd edition, but it starts at 10, and the better your armor it is, it goes lower to 0 or even to negatives. So it will tell you whatever armor I'm wearing, it will tell me what my base AC will be when wearing that armor. Now, weapons, of course, give a cost. They also give a type, which is bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing. That gets into sort of messing with armor values. They have a speed factor, which I'll talk about later, and then they have damages for if you're small/medium or if you're large. Now they also talk about ranged weapons, and ranged weapons have a rate of fire, which is how many you can fire in one round, and then they have ranges, which are short, medium, and long. And if you're short, you have no penalty. At a medium range, you have a -2, and a long range, you have -5. And then it goes into basic descriptions of some of these items, including the weapons and armor. And finally, this section talks about encumbrance. Now, encumbrance is, again, optional. It's another optional rule. But I use it to a degree in any game I have. As long as you're not crazy with all the equipment you're throwing on yourself, I probably won't bring it in. But as soon as you start overloading yourself, I will bring in encumbrance at the drop of a hat to say, why are you carrying more stuff than you should carry ever? Anyway, that's all I want to talk about today. I've talked a little bit about the alignment. I've talked about that in other videos, though. I brought in some of the optional rules and at least mentioned them, if not described what they are a little bit, and I've talked about the equipment you'd have as a character in AD&D. If you have any questions, comments, anything you want to say, leave it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It shows your support. Please subscribe if you already haven't. We're always looking for more citizens of the Empire. If you think of anybody that would be interested in this video, that would learn something from it, please share it. And until the next time, I bid you farewell.